Now, in order to work with PG vector, we need to add a few dependencies. So one is with respect to LangChain4j PG vector. So that's a direct connectivity for PG vector you get through LangChain4j. And other one is LangChain4j document parser Apache PDF box. So this is uh, when the embedding model will help convert the document into embeddings, the numerical representations, which will be further stored in PG vector. So to avoid getting raw bytes, we'll be using the PDF box. We'll see ahead how we'll be using it. And PG vector, obviously to connect to the vector DB store and store the embeddings into it. Okay, um, that's it for the dependencies. Let me show the YAML. So in the YAML, I've declared the embedding model as a Mistral embed. So this is the embedding model what I've uh, used from Mistral AI, which is comes under a freeware inside the Mistral AI. Uh, okay, we'll go to the assistant agent config. Okay, now we have declared a chat language model. Now similarly, we'll need to declare an embedding model, but before that, just get the embedding model name property over here. Okay, and embedding model name. Okay, now we'll use this embedding model to create the embedding model bean. So this bean will be further used in rack service during ingestion process. Okay, let's go step by step. So we'll create public embedding model. Okay. Okay, and we'll return Mistral AI embedding model. Okay, model dot builder dot API key. So we have the API key dot model name. So embedding model name. Okay, now we have created this. Okay, dot build. Mhm. Okay, now we have declared the embedding model, right? Which will be used to do the embedding. Now, once we have the embedding model ready, let's create the PG vector, okay, or say embedding store. So for that, inside the config, we'll create one more configuration file mentioned as rack config, okay, and this config will marked as configuration. Okay, now here, what we'll be doing is we'll be creating an embedding store. Okay, now we create the model, right? Now we need the store. So once we have the model and the store ready in hand, we can easily go and ingest our data inside it, right? So we'll use again at the rate bin. Okay, public embedding store. Okay, now embedding store. If this is provided by dev LangChain4j embedding store, so we'll be using that. And this embedding store will take type of text segment. So presently our PDF is all text, so we the data type will be of text segment embedding store. Okay, and let me import the class. Okay, fine. Now this embedding store return PG vector embedding store. Okay, now embedding store is of type PG vector embedding store. Okay, because specifically I'm working with PG vector. So here we'll be using builder. Okay, now we'll be providing the host. So host is local host. Okay. Port is 5433. Fine. Now we'll need to add the database, to which database it will connect. So vector DB. I'll show you how this values, where I'm getting it from. User is Postgres. Okay. Password is also Postgres for now. Fine. Dot table. Okay, which table I want to create? So I'll be create track underscore embeddings. Okay. We'll need dimension. So dimension is respect to the embedding model. So it shows 1024 embedding the dimensions. Dot build. Okay, fine. Now we have created the embedding store. Now using this embedding store and the embedding model, let me close other files. Okay, now using this embedding store and embedding model, what we'll do is we'll start injecting our data into the vector DB. So we'll create a service package, new package service. Okay, and in this service, say we'll create a new class rack service. Fine. Now let's first mark it as @service. Okay. Now here what I'll be doing is first we'll declare the embedding store and embedding model. Okay. So public, so private final embedding store of text segment embedding store. Okay. And private final embedding model. So the Mistral AI embedding model, what we have declared, an embedding model. Fine. Let's import this as well. Okay. Now it's giving error because it's final. We need to initialize this using constructor injection. Okay. Now constructor injection, we have done it. Okay. Now, uh, see what we'll be doing is, now there are two ways. I'll be creating the ingest method and loading the file directly from source main resources. So if I go to the resources folder, right, I've already kept the company policy.pdf available, the same policy what we referred to, okay, for the Technova company. Okay, and what we'll be doing is we'll be loading this document. Okay, if you all want to load it at the runtime, maybe then what I can do is create a REST API and call this call the ingest method directly from it. So let's create the method first. So we have public void ingest. Okay, nothing we'll be doing it. Maybe you can return a string if everything goes well. Okay, now first we'll need the document. Okay, now here there are two classes. Okay, now one sec, document. Okay, we need to use dev.langchain4j data.document. If you have documents, no, we have document. Okay, fine. Document is equals to, now we'll be using the file system document loader. So file system document loader dot load document. Now load document will be passing the path. So path dot of fine, path dot of URL. So we have source main resources slash company hyphen policy dot PDF. Okay, and along with this we'll be passing new Apache box PDF parser. That's it. Okay, now why we are passing this? Parses a PDF into a document. Okay, if you don't use this PDF parser, it will still parse to a document, but it will generate some raw bytes. Okay, so we want correct parsing of this document, so we'll be using Apache Box PDF parser. So the same Maven dependency what we have added at the beginning. Fine, document. Okay, spelling is wrong. Okay, fine. So now we have the document ready. Now we need to split the document. Okay, break the documents into chunks, right? Split it. So we'll be using document splitter. Okay, you have splitters and splitter. So go with splitter. If you have multiple documents, you can go with splitters. Go with document splitter and we'll splittr splitter. Okay, now we'll use document splitter dot uh, okay splitters dot recursive. Okay, now recursive means now why we are using document splitters over here is because it's a large document and we want to split it recursively. Okay, recursively means in in chunk size. Okay, means say your document has say 10 lines. So you'll tell okay, chunk this document into character sequence of say 5 lines. Okay, so two lines. Okay, so there'll be one chunk of 2 lines, another chunk of 2 lines, a third chunk of 2 lines. Okay, like that there'll be 5 chunks of two lines, which will cover all the 10 lines of your document. Okay, so we'll use this recursive method. Now the first parameter which goes is max segment. So I'll tell okay, I need a segment of 500 characters. Okay, and max overlap. I'll say hey, you can overlap up to 50 characters. I'll say okay. So here what I'm saying is split the documents into these size group by okay in technical terms you can say group by 500, but if there is a line which continues ahead, okay, so take 50 characters as an overlap, so that way you're declaring it over here. So now we have the document and we have also splitted the document using the splitter. Okay, now what we'll need to do is we'll need to ingest this. Okay, now we'll be having embedding store ingester. Okay, now this is a ingestion process. So we have the ingest into where we want to ingest, right? Into the vector. Vector is declaring embedding store. So we'll be taking the embedding store ingester. Okay, dot builder. Now we'll need to provide here the document splitter. So we have the splitter. Fine. Next we'll need to provide embedding model. So who will be responsible for this? Which model? Okay, embedding store will be passing the embedding store as well. Dot build. After dot build, we have the ingest method. Okay, and ingest method will be providing the document. So we have successfully done our ingestion. I hope this part is clear. If any doubts, please drop it in the comment box. Okay, now see as per the flow diagram. One sec, let me pull out the flow diagram. Yeah. So as per the diagram, the retrieve is done previously. Okay, the retrieve is done by default. So we are not deciding here whether the LLM will first check for the tools, then hit into the PG vector. No, because we are not doing any SQL querying over here. We are not doing any select star. You got it? I hope you are getting this. We are not doing any select star or any query to fetch. By default, the contents will be fetched. Okay, by default the contents will fetch, and if any search or if any say answer retrieving fails from tools, it will directly use the retrieve text. So this part is done by default. Got it? So now we'll be declaring the retrieve context part, this particular section. So we have already done this in previous videos. We have done this in previous videos. Querying also we have done. So all 1, 3 and this part is done. Now we'll be doing the retrieve context and user retrieved text. So this arrow and this part will be implementing now. So let's go with the retrieve context now. Coming back to our IntelliJ now, uh, see the data we'll need when the application loads by default. Okay, when the application loads, we'll need the data in hand. So for that, let's create a bin, and in that bin, we'll say use a class, say public content retriever. Okay, now if I go inside this, retrieves the content from underlying data source. Okay, the goal is to retrieve only relevant contents in relation to a given query. The underlying data source can be virtually anything, embedding using vector store or full text search engine. Okay, now these are some other knowledge graphs, SQL database. Okay, these are various types what is provided for content retriever. But in our case, we'll going with embedding vector store. So they mentioned embedding store content retriever. Okay, so they've already provided the implement the class which is to be implemented. So we just create a content retriever. Okay, now going back here, they have for embedding store content retriever. Great, we'll be using the same one. Okay, so what we'll do is return embedding store content retriever dot builder. Okay, dot builder. Okay, dot embedding model. Okay, retrieve context from which store? So we'll provide the embedding store as well, and we'll do some scoring. So max results, say 5. So that is to find the determine the most relevant answer, and mean score 0.6 dot build. Fine. So we have added this content retriever. So when our application runs, it will be uh, retrieving the contents from this particular embedding store. Okay, fine. So uh, we are good here. Now, what we'll do is we need one bin which will be executed. um which will be executed when the application runs and load all this document to the PG PG vector. Okay, so um, so we'll handle it over here in config only. So at the rate bean. Okay, we'll use command line runner. Uh, just give us a method ingest on startup. Okay, as I mentioned, there are many ways you all can do that. Okay, pass the rack service. Okay, and return uh, string array of arguments rack service dot ingest. Okay, one sec. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, return. hmm. Now, when the application run, it will load the file. So now, in order to set up RAG, let me first start pgadmin, and also to mention, we have the Docker command to run the particular PG vector. So let me go back over here and start CMD. Uh, I'll give this command in the description. Okay, we need what we need. We need Docker desktop to be up and running. Okay, pgadmin is loaded, so let's wait. Fine. Let's try running again. Fine. Uh, Ran successfully, and uh, let's wait for the containers to load. Okay, yeah, the container, you can see pg vector db status is running and running on 5433. Okay, now specifically I'm running this on 5433 because uh, pg admin is running on 5432 and this pg vector db is also running on 5432. So due to the port conflict, I am presently running it on 5433. Okay, fine. So this running, let's close this and pg admin. Okay, pg admin, refresh the server. Okay, we have Postgres DB. So now again, if I go here, so uh, the database, if you see, it's vector DB. So this is what I'm referring to. And in schemas, presently I don't have any tables. So it will create a table with RAG embeddings. Okay, now let's run the application. So now when the application loads, this ingestion startup will be run, and um, as per our flow, it should insert a, okay, just failed somewhere. Mm, okay, source main resource company hyphen policy.pdf is not a file. Okay. Uh, Sorry, my bad. Docs. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Let me confirm. Okay, docs. Fine. Yeah, it's okay to get errors. Okay, application started. Now let's verify. Yeah. So we have the tables and Let's refresh these tables. And we have rag embeddings. So if you do select star from rag embeddings, okay, now see chunking has been done and the relevant text. So since we had added text segmented, so the relevant text is also been added. Okay, great. We are good here. Okay, so what we have done so far is, let me minimize this. So we did the ingestion process, took the PDF, loaded into the vector DB, declared the vector DB in rack config. Okay, and the content is, and retrieve the content. Fine. Now let's go to Postman and now we'll query where I can find contact information, where I can contact customer support for Technova, send. Okay, 9 a.m. to send. Okay, now let's verify this data. Fine. We'll see what is the shipping policy. What if I say what is the shipping policy? Okay, your standard shipping takes 3 to 5 business days. Okay, it is there. And free for orders above $50. Okay, express shipping available, flat fee rupees $15 and within 1 to 2 business days. Okay, shipping location only ships within India. Ships only within India. Okay, so we are getting the related information. Standard shipping. Okay, what is standard shipping policy? Let's see what it gives. Delivers time 3 to 5 hours, 3 to 5, sorry, business days. Cost free for orders over 50. Free for orders over 50. Okay, now the relevant text. Okay, the nearest chunk is retrieved for that particular query text. So what it will see? Okay, standard shipping is there. What is the, that will obviously not be there. Next, it will see standard and shipping. So we have standard shipping there. So Retrieval will pick. Okay, now even if you provide 3 to 5, which shipping comes under shipping policy for 3 to 5 business days. So it will fetch based on the relevant chunks. Okay. Okay. So what we can ask next is support email. Technova support email. Support at technova.com and okay, fine. What is manufacturer warranty with Technova? 6 months warranty. Laptops 1 year manufacturer warranty. 1 year manufacturer hardware. Mobile phone comes with 6 months warranty and additional 2 years warranty does not cover damaged photo. Okay, fine. Okay, so okay, laptops with a 1 year manufacturer warranty. Fine. Um, we are good with the validations as well. Okay, now again, if I ask, say, what is the weather in um, what is the weather in Nashik today? And it will tell me, let's see. The current weather in Nashik is 32 degrees Celsius. Fine. Now let's run the history. Okay, now you see, as per the history, I provide this. Okay, there's no tool bill printed. Okay, so directly it is referring to the context, whereas when I ask for get weather, it calls the weather tools. So here the model is able to distinguish like, okay, I'm looking for in the tools, but I don't find anything with respect to the policy in the tools. So let me go and check in the retrieve context. Okay, so in the retrieve context, the data is available and I will display that. So this is basically how RAG works. And if you have any kind of document, so you can just upload it. Now this is kind of structured document. I can see kind of structured. No, sorry, unstructured document. Structured document is something like in a tabular format. We'll see how we can work with the structured document also. And another thing is we have two more concepts under this, that is labeled versus unlabeled document. So consider I have images of cats and dogs and animals, and I have labeled them properly under the animal category, and say I want to train my model based on those labeled data, whereas unlabeled data means I just add random photo of peanuts or say AC remote control and I want to train my model on it. So those are some other types of datas what you can use to fine tune your model. We'll try to implement that using RAG or maybe separately on an LLM. Fine, yeah. So that's it for this session. I hope you'll have liked the video. And again, if you want to get hands-on on this particular session, I would request you to go through the LangChain4j YouTube series, where I've implemented from start to end how to create the project and implement and add the dependencies. After that, I've added one more video where I have enhanced the LangChain4j, the memory optimization. Okay, uh, and this video finally you can refer. Okay, the code base for this, not the entire code base, but the base code, like from where you can start. If you have not practiced LangChain 4j, I'll provide it in the description, but I would suggest you to go through all the previous videos. Yeah, please do like, share, and subscribe, and do drop a comment if you all have any doubts or queries. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.